Excellencies, honorable delegates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, as we are about to commence the signing and joint announcement on substantive conclusion of the Indonesia and European CEPA, we are very much delighted to invite you to be seated. Thank you. On substantive conclusion of the Indonesia and European CEPA, we are very much delighted to invite you to be seated. Thank you. Good morning, Excellencies, honorable delegates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. May we have your attention, please? We are scheduled to commence in 5 minutes. Once again, please be seated. Thank you indeed. May we have your attention, please? We are scheduled to commence in 5 minutes. Once again, please be seated. Thank you indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, before we commence with the opening agenda, we would like to share important announcements. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly switch your mobile phones into silent or vibrate mode. Please do wear your lanyard or ID badge at all times for the ease of identification at all venues. Ladies and gentlemen, Excellencies, may we have your attention, please? We are scheduled to commence in 5 minutes. Once again, please be seated. Thank you indeed. Excellencies, may we have your attention, please? We are scheduled to commence in 5 minutes. Once again, please be seated. Thank you indeed. Setelah signing baru undang semua ambasador. Tadi kok karena Bapak sudah di sini sama Bang Eka ya, Pak. Harus sudah di depan ini. Sama Panapis. Jadi yang Panapis untuk menyaksikan saya ini jadi begitu. Sama Panapis yang langsung udah buka semua. Mereka di sini tapi udah sama mereka ini yang dari ini dari Malingnya. Ya. Tapi yang kali ini yang diundang yang ada tangan. Enggak. Tanda tangan. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? As the minister will be arriving in few minutes, I would like to invite you to have your seat, please. Thank you indeed for your cooperation. As the minister will be arriving in few minutes, I would like to invite you to have your seat, please. Thank you indeed for your cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome His Excellency Bapak Airlangga Hartarto, the Coordinating Minister for Economic Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia, and His Excellency Maroš Šefčovič, the European Commissioner for Trade and Economic Security. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Before we commence with the opening agenda, we would like to invite you to have a look at the audiovisual of the safety induction of Sofitel Bali Nusa Dua Beach Resort.
Bonjour. Bonjour. Welcome to Sofitel Bali Nusa Dua Beach Resort, a 5-star luxury resort in Nusa Dua, Bali. This is our safety briefing video. Please take your time to watch all the information in this video that will be crucial in a time of emergency. Let's start. The resort comprises of 5 building blocks with 415 rooms, 12 function rooms, 5 food and beverage outlets, 2 spas, a gym, a kids club, a wedding chapel, and 3 swimming pools. Each building block is well equipped with emergency exits, emergency evacuation routes, and safety equipment, and there are emergency rescue teams on standby in all areas during the case of an emergency to assist you and other guests. You should recognize the emergency features yourself first. Emergency exit signs can be found in each designated corner of each building block. Look for emergency exit signs like this. The emergency exit will take you to the emergency evacuation route that leads to the designated assembly point. In case of emergency, there are 3 main assembly points that guests are expected to gather at. The first assembly point is the guest parking area. The guest parking area can be found at the main vehicle gate entrance of the resort. The second assembly point is the loading dock area. The loading dock area can be found at the employee entrance of the resort. The third assembly point is the main lobby area and Kechak ballroom. The main lobby area can be found at the main guest drop-off upon entering the resort. These 3 assembly points are the safest areas the guest will gather in the event of a fire disaster, earthquake, tsunami, or other natural disaster. Standardized emergency safety equipment can be found in each building blocks, including smoke and heat detectors, fire sprinklers, hydrant boxes, and fire hoses, fire extinguishers, first aid boxes, and several emergency exits. Sofitel Bali Nusa Dua Beach Resort has put in place standard safety procedures to ensure that in the case of an emergency, all guests are safe. These procedures are: a general alarm will be activated, followed by public announcement in 5 different languages in the case of an evacuation. The emergency rescue team will assist all guests to safety. Beach security will assist guests to the nearest assembly point. Housekeeping supervisors will stand by in all guest corridors and pool pathways to assist guests to the nearest assembly point. Cuisine and Cucina restaurant managers will stand by at their designated restaurant areas to assist guests to the nearest assembly points, while the front office manager will stand by at a lobby assembly point to assist guests to safety. At the same time, emergency dispatch services such as the nearest fire department and police station will be contacted immediately. In the case of an emergency, you must be aware and alert and follow these steps. Call 4444 or 081-138-86023 if you are in the room. Stay calm and don't panic. Leave the room immediately. Bring only valuable things with you. Close and lock your room door. Don't use the elevator. Follow the emergency rescue team's instructions or the evacuation sign direction to the assembly point. Kechak and Gamelan are the main ballrooms for functions. Your event is most probably in one of these ballrooms. Both ballrooms have been fully equipped with standardized emergency safety equipment, such as smoke and heat detectors, fire sprinklers, hydrant boxes, and fire hoses, fire extinguishers, first aid boxes, and several emergency exits aside from the main doorways. Kechak Ballroom's evacuation route. In the case of an emergency, you are expected to exit through the main door or emergency exit, straight to the nearest assembly point at either the main lobby or the loading dock. You will be escorted at all times by our emergency rescue team who will be wearing this orange uniform. Gamelan Ballroom's evacuation route. In the case of an emergency, you are expected to exit through the main door or emergency exit, straight to the nearest assembly point at either the guest parking area or main lobby. Thank you for watching this important safety briefing video. Enjoy your magnifique stay at Sofitel Bali Nusa Dua Beach Resort.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. May peace be upon us. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan. Excellencies, honorable delegates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, and welcome to the signing and joint announcement of substantive conclusion of the Indonesia-European Union Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. It is indeed my pleasure to welcome our guests of honor, His Excellency Bapak Airlangga Hartarto, Coordinating Minister for Economic Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia, His Excellency Maroš Šefčovič, European Commissioner for Trade and Economic Security, His Excellency Bapak Andri Hadi, Ambassador of the Republic of Indonesia in Brussels, His Excellency Denis Chaibi, European Union Ambassador, Excellencies, Ambassadors of European Union Member States, the Honorable Ms. Susinta Wijaya Kamdani, Chairwoman of Indonesian Employers Association and Coordinating Vice Chairperson of Indonesia Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the Honorable Fabian Kiebel, Chairman of European Chamber of Commerce in Indonesia, all distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Erika Sadana. It is indeed a great honor to serve you as your master of ceremony for this essential event. On behalf of the organizing committee, we are very much delighted to extend our warmest welcome to every one of you to the joint announcement on the substantive conclusion of the Indonesia-European Union Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we are now proceeding to the signing ceremony of the joint announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, the signing marks an important milestone in strengthening our cooperation and reflect our shared commitment to move forward together in achieving greater goals. Ladies and gentlemen, for the signing, we would like to respectfully invite His Excellency Bapak Airlangga Hartarto, the Coordinating Minister for Economic Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia, His Excellency Maroš Šefčovič, the European Commissioner for Trade and Economic Security, to proceed to the stage. Witnessing the signing, we are very much delighted to invite to the stage His Excellency Bapak Andri Hadi, Ambassador of the Republic of Indonesia in Brussels, His Excellency Denis Chaibi, European Union Ambassadors, and of course, Ambassadors of European Union Member States to proceed to the stage. Once again, we are delighted to invite all ambassadors of European Union member states to proceed to the stage to witnessing the signing ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, this document is signed together between the government of the Republic of Indonesia and the European Union as a strategic framework to strengthen trade, investment, and cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, we respectfully now invite His Excellency Bapak Airlangga Hartarto and His Excellency Maroš Šefčovič to kindly sign the document together on behalf of Indonesia and the European Union. And we have a round of applause. Thank you, Excellencies. Please exchange document for signing. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The signing ceremony of joint statement has now been completed. Please join me in extending the warmest appreciation for this milestone achievement, which serves as a strategic pathway toward closer collaboration in the future. We'd like now to take your photo session on the stage. right, Excellencies, once again, we would like to take a group photo station on the stage together with all ambassadors. Thank you very much indeed. Excellencies, you may return to your seat and respectfully request His Excellency Maros Shevchovich, European Commissioner for Trade and Economic Security, to remain on stage as the program will now proceed with a remarks.
Honorable Minister Erlanga, Excellencies, dear ambassadors, ladies and gentlemen, let me start by highlighting how a profound honor it is for me to stand here today alongside Minister Erlanga, but also all EU ambassadors and the very strong, powerful and dynamic Indonesian negotiating team at this landmark ceremony. I really would like to start by extending my sincere gratitude to Minister Erlanga, because your personal dedication, constructive engagement and strong political leadership was key and instrumental in bringing us to this truly historic moment. I also, dear Minister, would like to appreciate your generous hospitality in welcoming us to the beautiful Bali. When we met for the first time with the Minister, I told him that I hear legends about the Bali, and he made sure that I would come here to see that it's true. So thank you very much. And as you may probably know, this is my first visit to your vibrant and beautiful country, and I could not be more thrilled and prouder that it coincides with a truly momentous occasion. The conclusion of 10 years of complex, diligent negotiations of EU-Indonesia Comprehensive Economic Agreement. We meet at the pivotal moment in the global trade, and we had multiple occasions to discuss it with my dear colleague, Minister Langa, but also with both ambassadors and the negotiating teams. That's a time marked by disruption, uncertainty, and rapid change. Yet today, by finalizing this agreement, the EU and Indonesia are sending a powerful message to the world, that we stand united in our commitment to open, rules-based and mutually beneficial international trade. And this agreement reflects not only the tireless work of dedicated teams. So again, the whole thanks to our chief negotiators, Johnny and Fabienne and their teams, but above all, to our shared conviction in the potential of cooperation. The European Union and Indonesia already enjoy strong trade ties. Indonesia, the largest economy and biggest consumer market in Southeast Asia, is the EU's fifth largest trading partner in the region. In 2024, our exports to Indonesia amounted to nearly 9.7 billion euros, supporting over 15,000 European SMEs and approximately 200,000 jobs across Europe. But looking at the broader picture, goods trade exceeded 27 billion euro last year, with Indonesia maintaining a goods trade surplus. Meanwhile, the EU holds lead in services trade, which added nearly 9 billion euros. And this agreement, I'm absolutely convinced of that, will help us to unlock vast untapped potential and comes with a host of benefits for both sides. By eliminating over 98% of tariffs, it will ignite the growth across key sectors, from Indonesia's palm oil, textile and footwear industries to the EU's agri-food and automotive sectors. It also safeguards significant number of European and Indonesian geographical indications, protecting unique products and their heritage. Moreover, by the end of 2023, European investment stocks in Indonesia exceeded 25 billion euros, a testament to the confidence European companies have in Indonesia's dynamic market. And our agreement will foster even greater investment flows, strengthening our value chains and creating new opportunities for innovation and growth. It is worth underlining that the agreement also comes with a full digital trade facilitation package embracing growing role of digital trade. And importantly, this agreement also supports the diversification of supply chains, particularly for critical raw materials, which are vital today and essential for the future. And here, Indonesia, as we all know it, is a major global player. All in all, EU-Indonesia Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement is both balanced and forward-looking, respecting each other's priorities and reflecting our shared interests. We have struck the right equilibrium between ambition and fairness, ensuring that both sides benefit economically, strategically, and sustainably. This is how the European Union operates, through genuine partnership, open dialogue, and a commitment to win-win outcomes. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm convinced that today's conclusion of negotiation is just the beginning of exciting new chapters. Therefore, I'm so happy that all ambassadors of the European Union member states are here, because I'm sure they will help me not only to ratify this agreement very quickly across the European Union member states, in the European Parliament, but also they will help us with the concrete implementations, with the business-to-business contacts, and with making sure that what is on the paper in that agreement will be translated into the commercial contracts, will generate new jobs, and will increase the flows of trade and investment between both Indonesia and the European Union. And once ratified and enforced, our agreement, I'm convinced of that, will serve as a springboard for intensified business collaboration, but also for deeper people-to-people ties and joint solutions to the pressing global challenges we face. That was my clear conclusion after having the opportunity to discuss the new business opportunities with Eurochamber companies this morning, and I know how excited they are about the prospects of this agreement and prospects of the bigger investments and more trade. So, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, dear Minister Erlangga, together we commit to a future built on openness, partnership, and shared prosperity, a future where the EU and Indonesia grow stronger, side by side, as trusted partner on the world stage. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed, His Excellency Maroš Šefčovič, European Commissioner for Trade and Economic Security. Ladies and gentlemen, with the signing expansion, Indonesia and the European Union reaffirm their shared commitment to deeper economic ties and inclusive growth, ensuring mutual benefits for businesses and communities on both sides. Excellencies, honorable delegates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and pleasure that we invite His Excellency Bapak Airlangga Hartarto, Coordinating Minister for Economic Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia, to proceed to the stage to deliver remarks.
So I have to prepare because there's too many notes. His Excellency Mr. Maros Sefcovic, European Commissioner for Trade and Economic Security, His Excellency Ambassador Andri Hadi, Indonesian Ambassador to Brussels, His Excellency Denis Haibi, EU Ambassador, all ladies and gentlemen, distinguished ambassador from EU member states, all the business people, CEOs, Ibu Sinta Wijaya Kamdani, Apindo Chairwoman, and also representative of Indonesian Chambers of Commerce, as well as EU Chambers of Commerce in Indonesia. Selamat pagi, good morning. Today we mark an important milestone to the long-standing partnership between Indonesia and the EU. We warmly welcome the substantive conclusion of the negotiation of Indonesian-European Union Comprehensive Economic Partnership, and I would like to thank you, His Excellency Commissioner Maros Sefcovic. I think through our cosmetic diplomacy, we can sign this EU agreement. I remember the deal maker of this was derived on substantive and deep discussion about cosmetic, which matter most for Mr. Excellency Maros' daughter as well as my daughter. So there is a common denominator solve these issues. So I think it's been 2 years intense of the last negotiations that Indonesia and EU would like to conclude this 10 years negotiation. That's a very long process that is make our chief negotiation, Pak Joni. Where is Pak Joni? Please stand. Big round of applause, Pak Joni. And Pak Fabian, please bring a round of applause. If we let these things, I think they become already a very good buddy-buddy, so it depends on them. But I think I agree with His Excellency Maros Sefcovic that we can use these two gentlemen as our expert to negotiate anything in the world. I think they can solve it. With the signing of the joint announcement, I think the CEPA is a new era in our bilateral relations. Indonesia trade with Europe total around 30 billion and Indonesia export around 13 billion. And it's a collaboration between 723 million people from both countries. And the value of the economic is 21 trillion. So there is many more opportunities and futures that rely on this big block of trade. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this milestone would have not been possible without the vision, dedication of all the stakeholders that is involved. As we look ahead for the next stage, the legal scrubbing, translation, ratification, we reaffirm the determination to bring this CEPA into force at the earliest opportunities. The target should be the 1st January 2027. Excellency Mr. Maros, agree with this? Okay, please put a round of applause as this is become another assignment to our diplomatics to work. Our ambassador, Pak Andre Hadi, as well as Ambassador Denis Chalbi from Indonesia. So I think this is the process that we would like to see the benefit of the agreement. And of course, between now and then, we will work in details on the low-hanging fruit, which is include the industry that Indonesia is looking forward. Is the industry that's textile, footwear, apparels, furnitures, and most of the labor-intensive industry in Indonesia, which at the moment employ around 5 million of people. So these 5 million of people are now celebrating that they have a good prospect in the futures because the market is becoming bigger and bigger. And of course, we are looking forward for a supply chain between Indonesia and Europe, including for critical minerals, renewable energies, innovation, as well as for investment. And I just would like to thank you for all that Excellency Maros Sescovic have said. I cannot agree more because everything is becoming the agreement that is advanced, modern than any other trade between EU and other countries. And Indonesia is proud to be the third country in ASEAN to sign this agreement. And we are also proud that this agreement has a modern features in the digital chapter for this. So this agreement is the agreement that is looking forward for both of our regions. And we believe with this, we can prosper together, and the people of our two countries can be the benefit of this agreement. And during President Prabowo and President Ursula announcement, they also announced, we are thank you for Europe to introduce the cascade visa for Indonesian people. So before I close, I would like to share a poem. Excellency Maros, in Indonesia is always a country of a poem. Usually a poem is in Bahasa, so I have difficulties to transfer into English. This morning, sun shines on the land. The old town clock begins to chime. Indonesia holds Europe's hand through CEPA partnership and across all time. A ship of cargo sails with haste, with goods from east to west they go. No tariff loss, no time to waste, for business ties and friendly flow. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much indeed. His Excellency Bapak Airlangga Hartarto, ladies and gentlemen. As mentioned, as this agreement reflects years of constructive dialogue as well as negotiation, and today it opens the way to greater market access, smoother trade flows, expanded cooperation in services and investment, and strong commitment to sustainability, fairness, and environmental protection. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed with great pleasure that we announce the conclusion of the signing and joint announcement on the substantive conclusion of the Indonesia-European Union Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. We are very optimistic that this milestone will further strengthen our partnership and foster even greater cooperation in the future. Distinguished guests, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Before moving to the next agenda, we kindly invite you to have a 90 minutes lunch break. And please be advised that all guests and participants are expected to return to this room at 1:30 p.m. to continue the next agenda. And we kindly inform that Excellency Minister will proceed to the foyer of Gamelan Ballroom to continue with the next agenda, which is the joint press statement. Ladies and gentlemen, information and lunch for ministers, senior officials, and invited guests is served at the Jewel Box Garden, Sofitel Bali Nusa Dua Resorts. And please also be informed that Indonesia European Union Business Outlook session is scheduled to take place in this venue, the Gamelan Ballroom, at 2 p.m. So really appreciate your attendance back to this ballroom before 2 p.m. so we could begin the session on time. Ladies and gentlemen, before leaving, please do watch your personal belongings and ensure you bring them with you. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, excellencies, distinguished guests, thank you very much indeed for the morning session, and enjoy your lunch, enjoy Bali. Important announcements to all ambassadors. Please proceed to Jewel Box Garden, Sofitel Bali Nusa Dua Resort to enjoy lunch with Minister. Information for all delegates. Lunch is served at Cucina restaurant within the hotel premises. Once again, lunch for all delegates is served at Cucina restaurants within the hotel premises. And lunch for ambassadors is provided at the Jewel Box Garden at the hotel premises as well with the minister.